Hello everyone, how good of you to join. Welcome back to Manoler on this fine day indeed. I was just finishing one of my meals and they threw me out. As we can see, they were actually closing, and we just take a stroll here through the town center of Manoler as we're getting closer to the Anno Stadium, the grand football stadium right over there. And yeah, well, Miss Hunt is gone, right? The banner of the cat triumphs victorious over the world. We are probably the most important, of course, the most important nation right now. And as a celebration for this, we should definitely do something. We should do a world championship, the biggest there is, for a whopping 200 influence points we get out of that. It's going to be a challenge because we need to fulfill a lot of requirements. First of all, we do need to get Jalea, that we have. We do need to provide fans, champagne and furs. Champagne and furs is going to be a bit easy. Is going to be the easier one out of the three that we have there. So let's just get over there to Crown Falls real quick and stuff my ships here with furs and with champagne. And boom, there we have it, 200 tons of champagne and 100 tons of furs. Let's get this over to Manoler. Easy as that, easy as pie. Back to Manoler, to my fair colony. There's still something else that we need to provide. The Jalea, as we can see, is already being transported over, right? So it's already being unloaded. How many Jaleas do we have? By the way, I should really build this warehouse there. And yeah, we have 120 tons at the moment, so it's coming in. Mezcal, by the way, is full, so no one really likes my alcohol, it seems. And with that, we will be able to finish that one too. Fans is going to be the tricky one, but yeah, well, we could take this as a motivation to also start our fan production now that my artistas also want. Let's have a quick look here at what we need. We do need a lot. We do need caoutchouc and copper to make the cable factory. How much time do we have anyway to provide all of that? 38 minutes. That's going to be very close. Steel we should have. Aluminum we have plenty of. So we do need the motor assembly line for the steel. The celluloid we don't have. However, it's really easy to produce. And also the celluloid is something that we do need for our old world as well. For the... I think it was for the... Just quickly check it out for my typewriter production, right? So typewriters do need also... No, actually, it's the billiard table stem. There it is, celluloid, right? So we do need it for 2 productions anyway. So that's easy because we can then just really put it in here in Marechal. We are stuffed with corn. And corn is the most important resource on our way to that. By the way, my ship has arrived with lots of motors and building materials ready for Marechal. And I think I do have a second ship that should be in the area now, somewhere. Now, the other product is copper. For this, I will start a trade route from Cape Trelawney to Manoler that is just really stuffed with copper, because that is a resource we do need for our other production on this way. And let's just make it here that we have a bit of room left, and the red tide is already on its way full with copper. So let's just use this ship here for this trade route. I'm going full actually, and within 2 turns it's probably going to be so full that it will not be able to unload everything, and then it is evening out, right? So we're not going to deplete our copper in Crown Falls there too much with that. The other thing is, yep, the building materials, they should be on their way now, transitioning over to Manoler. We're going to be very optimistic about this, even though it's very, very unrealistic that we will be able to fulfill the fans. We will be able to fulfill everything else though, not just the fans. So the highest reward probably is not going to happen, but we should still be good, right? Now, in Marechal, we have the other productions now, and we should plan ahead here for Crown Falls then as well. Let's just quickly find us a good location. Lots of oil there too that we probably will need, and lots of oil here. And here we might then just squeeze in our industry then for that. There we have plenty of space and a very ominous road that leads to nowhere. So let's just use this location. Let's keep this triple road there. I like it for structuring. And this road we absolutely don't need. And boom, we have lots of space. And here we can now squeeze in the things that we need. So first of all, we do need the celluloid plant. They produce 2 tons per minute. Can be improved by electricity. I don't have a power plant here, but I could have one. We have enough oil in the region to boost it further. The same goes with the cable factory. I will probably also have the whole motor assembly here in Marechal, and this one does require electricity. So there needs to be a power plant. Anyway, a power station. Now for that, we have all the advanced building materials that we're going to need for the power station. And this one I can then just really squeeze in here to boost the whole area. Perfect. Looking at the billiard tables for the celluloid, we do have a consumption of 1 right now, and we do produce 1 per minute, right? So it can be boosted though. So let's go with 4 per minute as a current maximum demand that I go in. So that would mean 2 celluloid plants for Crown Falls. And then 1 for Marshall, for Manola, so let's also count with 2. So as a maximum, I'm going with 4 that I'm going to need. Plus, by the way, we can also improve them by electricity. So 2 are actually fine as it stands right now. Let's get the warehouses there sorted a bit. This is not looking so great. Now we have way more space. And that means, right, for the celluloid, actually 2, as I said, are fine. Let's plan ahead with 3. Right, so this will be way more than we are going to need for a very long time. That is the celluloid. We will also need the ethanol. This is very important for as a prerequisite for the celluloid. The cotton we have on this and the orchard camphor wax, that is something we actually need to get going. However, it's also very fast production, and as we can see, we only need 1 for 1 each. However, we are boosting them, so 6 would be the total that we need for the orchards. Now that could be tricky. 6 of them. Let's just have a look. We do have some space over here still that we can use for, let's say, 3. Together with the oil, it's still getting the 100% out of it. Camphor wax, that is 3, and then we got 5 and 6. And all of them do have 100%. That is the maximum, right? We don't need that much yet. We need, yeah, let's say 4 for now. So let's build those 2 here and those 2 here, right? So they're spread a bit, and I still have a buffer here for 2 more for the camphor wax. Cotton we have on this island plenty of. Ethanol, and ethanol is a factory that once again can be improved by electricity. There's also the ratio of 1 to 1, so 3 would be the maximum. However, we do also need ethanol then in Crown Falls, so I'm actually going with, let's make it 4. Oh, wait a second, here we getting a bit space sensitive in this area. Very good, and of course this was totally on purpose, so that we can also provide a fire station for the region, since we got lots of factories. And factories are bad for business usually when it comes to fire. That would be one thing. So we have already fulfilled quite a lot of things on our way to the fans. The motor assembly plant would be the next one. This one can also be improved by it needs electricity. So it is always producing 2 tons per minute, which will be fine, right? Because that is also the ratio here with the fan factory. So let's go ahead and have 1 of this, and then with that we can have 1 fan factory. Let's quickly check it out in Marshall, what the demand right now is. It's 0, right? However, we do need an increased production for the football stadium, so let's go with 2 for now. We can easily squeeze this in, and 2 motor assembly lines, and I think we don't need anything else here really. The cable factory would be the other one, this one. And that one is providing 1 per minute. It is, however, being boosted, so it actually only 1 is required, because then it produces 2 times the stuff that it needs for the motor assembly line, right? There we have it. And with that, we have a perfect factory district and also a power station right over there, which is powering the whole area. Let's just make that road here complete as well. Should go all the way down here to the end of it. Perfect. So it reaches all factories. And we could also boost our cotton mills with that, and our brick factories, and whatever kind of stuff we still come up with in our twisted minds. Perfect. Let's go ahead and build the power station. For the rest, I think we do need some more building materials. The ethanol was the other thing that I was having in my mind. Now for the ethanol, we actually need to go to the obrewers, because I'm not entirely sure what we need for that. The corn, alright, plenty of that available. Wood could be a problem. Let's quickly have a look. We are using wood right now for timber, as always. But we have plenty of room here for expansion, with another one here and another one here. That leads to 8 more tons of wood that we can provide. Let's upgrade both of these warehouses. And with that, it's really plenty of. It's way too much wood anyway. Let's get the ethanol here too. It can be boosted. That means we can produce actually 4 per minute out of that instead of 2, which makes the whole thing even easier. Let's just try to do some magic here, moving those things around and this one up here, so that we have a bit room for the ethanol then in this area, because I would really like to use this area for my ethanol production. This one gets over there. And with that, we already built producing a 4 ethanol out of this one here, right? So for the celluloid, we'll have plenty of stuff that we can use. So one of them is consuming then 4, of course, together with the cotton and the camphor wax. So it is advisable that we only build one for now of the celluloid factory. Let's also build the fire station. As soon as the oil comes in, which is not happening yet, but the next train will provide, we will then build or craft 4 celluloids per minute. In these chemical factories there we have it. Down here we have then the, ethanol. I was so used now. We can use it up there. We do need a lot of ethanol though, so let's just have it up there for now. And here we have then our second road that goes down there. Let's have it looking like it's organized. And then we do need 1 cable factory. We do need 1 motor assembly plant for now. And we do need 1 fan factory for now as well on top of that. And of course, what we should also provide is a warehouse, not too far away. And this one here we can upgrade because there's going to be quite a bit of traffic going back and forth between the two. I could actually move this one here, right? And this single cotton plantation here just gets its cotton farms then over there. And that's fine then already. And with that, it's right around the corner. Now, where's my shippies? This one is exporting corn, but I think we'll be capped on it still. Yes, we are. No problem there. Camphor wax is still not coming in. Still growing. Now it's producing. Perfect. The same goes with this one as production is ramping up. How much time do we still have? Because this is very time sensitive, right? 29 minutes. Calais is already full. Champagne and fur will be full. Where, by the way, where is my reward at the moment? At tier 2. So we'll probably go easily to tier 4. For tier 5, we will not be able to provide all the fans. Now, before the... where is it? The copper will come in, right? So Marechal, of course. And before this one arrives, we also need to do some other trade routes. 2 more trade routes are required, in my opinion. The first one goes from... where do we have it? So Hom, I think. We have our caoutchouc production. So there it is. Perfect. Let's just take as much caoutchouc as possible. I realize caoutchouc is coming to Crown Falls as well, right? But it's not going to be a problem, I think. Especially since, yeah, we are not going to make this one full. This is just the one production, 1 trade route. I think that should be fine. Trumpet fish can do that. So we have it right here around the corner. And then there is 2 more, cargo ships coming in because we will also need more transportation routes. We could also use some more airships, by the way, for these. I think we do have everything ready. We got Pegasus and Hermes. No, let's go with Pegasus for now. And yeah, Pegasus is actually faster, especially when we go overseas. Open sea travel 170%. That's a funny thing. The Zephyr is the fastest out of these, but Hermes would be the fastest one within the New World. But let's go with 2 more airships. By the way, there is an achievement, 15 airships on the trade routes, and I also want to get this because I haven't been this far yet, actually, with the new DLC. So let's go ahead and also unload us as much stuff as possible. Now, Salacia is now free for us, and we do need a couple of more things here, right? So the copper is coming over, the caoutchouc is now coming over too. Aluminium, however, is not coming over, though we still have some in storage. Aluminium it was, and the other one was the steel, right? Steel and aluminium. That is from Manola over here to Marechal. And in Manola, we should be having plenty of steel, we have, and plenty of aluminium. There we have it, right? So both of that gets over here to Marechal. Perfect. We can already activate this one. Where is my ship for that? Where's the ship? There it is, Salacia. Perfect. And in Manola, we're then going to pick up, wait a second, the fans. That's the ultimate product, really, that this was all about. So let's get the fans. It's not going to be that much, but we can still start with that, right? And we still have room for 2 more things. Now, that's not the only thing. We still need also the celluloid for Crown Falls. Back in Crown Falls, because we want to have the billiard tables, and I'm going to produce them, of course, on this very island here. We do need cherry wood, we do need felts, it's for the alpaca, and then the billiard tables. So there's two things that we need to provide for Crown Falls, felts and celluloid. Felt is something we should have really a lot in Manola, right? So let's quickly have a look at that. We are full of it. Let's just quickly check our base production for felt. It's at 28, the consumption is at 32, but we produce way more ponchos, for example, and also the bomb bins. As we can see, we are really, really full with that. Also, my scholars in Crown Falls are not producing that much, and the ponchos is at 40 up to 15, so we're totally capped with that production anyway. And in that case, let's get another trade route. This is going from Manola to Marechal to Crown Falls, and in Manola we're going to pick up the felt. Now let's make it 2 times. In Marechal we're going to pick up celluloid 2 times. We are going to unload all of that in Crown Falls, so this is now providing for the billiard table. However, we also have our lacquer that I want to provide, because the lacquer we're going to need for the typewriters. So we do also need to provide ethanol to Crown Falls directly. And that means I do also need to adjust this trade route here now that we just had. That hopefully is not vanished now. So there you go. And the ethanol, go full crazy with that and unload all of that in Crown Falls. Let's just use the old sardine. Yep, because it's going to take a while anyway for it to arrive, and by then we have plenty of celluloids and ethanol ready as well. So another pretty heavy volume oriented trade route. We probably will have to have a second ship for this. Now, of course, I need to provide once everything is coming in. So camphor wax, let's actually push this one up. It doesn't matter. I want to have a surplus of things, and for camphor wax, this is important. It's such an important resource. Let's also boost it. Can we boost it? We don't even have workforce here. We can boost it by at least 15% without any trouble whatsoever. And for the ethanol, let's build this one and this one here too, right? I want to have a good surplus of this. And corn and wood we have plenty of anyway. For celluloids, I will also build the second celluloid factory now, because it also consumes the ethanol. Actually, let's build the next ethanol right away. And camphor wax, cotton, corn, and that. It should work out like this now. So that was quite a bit. We do have the motor assembly line boosted using the motor. Cable is still missing. So there is still the copper and the caoutchouc that we're waiting for now. It should not take that long anymore, to be honest. I think it's not on its way. Nope, copper is not on the way anymore, so we should actually see it already on my list. Oh, by the way, also there is my champagne and fur coming in at this very moment. Where's my copper? It should be somewhere here, please. Did we lose it? I hope not. It'd be bad. We can unload now champagne and everything else for it, right? So this is now 2 more products coming in for the World Championship. We still have 19 minutes and we should be on the brink of starting the production of fans now. We'll just see how that works out. So unfortunately my cargo ship was stuck here in Cape Trelawney and it just stopped and now it's moving again, but I think the fan business is definitely over. We can have a look at the other things though to continue. So the ethanol is coming over now, the celluloid is coming over, so typewriters and billiard tables get ready. There's however still one more thing, and for the lacquer we do need resin. Resin is just an orchard really, and we already have an orchard area that is here in Tythan. By the way, we don't have the happiest population. That's because of the fisheries here, so I will probably just stop the fish boosting and just build us a few more of them, and that should be also then, yeah, quite done with it. Over here we have plenty of space for some more fisheries. We are using this one for the farmers in Crown Falls. So fish, of course, is very important, and we should continue providing it. Without boosting, we are going to need a few more. This is not going to work because of the cliffs, as always. This is working, though. And then another one here. That really should be fine for now. We can quickly check it out anyway. Very important. That's my wood breakdown. I don't need wood. And we have 24 surplus now, and in Crown Falls our consumption is at 12. Perfect, so that is already enough. However, we still only have 6 more farmers now. I do have plenty of influence, however, so I could get the commute pier going here. Why not? And I think this should just work out for us, right? 15 influence, yeah. Right here in the harbor area of Tythan, let's build it. I really don't want to bother with another bigger village here in Tythan, so I'm not doing that. And let's first of all boost our cherry wood, right? So I definitely want to have at least 2 more. I want to have a surplus production of these things ASAP. And for resin, we can use the space down here in this area. And once again, I'm also going with totally too much resin, but that's better because better than having not enough of it, and you know, it's very, 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 very cheap, so I don't need to worry about it one bit. The cherry wood we don't need anyway for the billiard tables. I forgot. There's so many production chains. Let's build us another one here that gets the 100%. That's going to be a tricky beast here. Yeah, this one can actually get 98%, which is totally fine for me. Very good. Yeah, we have all of that. That's the resin. Let's just go with 1 more. Right, and then we have the resin here. Oh, that was the cherry wood, and then the resin. Producing 2 per minute. And of course, we're going totally overboard with this. But that is fine, because we can always use the surplus then at some point. And really, it's costing me 47 credits, so we can, I think we can afford this just fine. Of course, what we still also need to do is, first of all, yeah, that copper trade route is not functioning right now. I was sending the ship over manually. And then we, of course, have the cherry wood trade route here. And I'm going to do this a bit differently here, because we always need grapes now in Crown Falls as well. No, actually we don't. We only have a consumption of 2 per minute at the moment of the grapes, so that's really ridiculously low. So I can get rid of them once here, and we're just going to, it's only able to get 35 tons anyway. And in Tythan, we're just going to take now the resident with us and be happy with that, right? And instead, we put a second ship on that. There it is. We got 2 ships now on this trade route here, and that should be fine. Also with the resin, we really don't need a high volume for the billiard tables. Alrighty, so that's a lot of things coming in now. Meanwhile, the stadium is filling up, 8 more minutes, and we are at tier 4. However, it's still not fully used with champagne. And first, so perhaps we can even unlock the highest tier, because there's still plenty of stuff missing. We'll just see about that. It's still all being loaded. Perfect. Of course, the only thing that is missing now for the whole production to work is the copper. I was not able to. I was looking at my docklands. When is Tobias coming in so we can trade? It's taking way too long. I was looking at, do I have an airship in Crown Falls to get an express delivery of copper over? I didn't have an airship back at the time. And so it was really just a cargo ship that I could do this, and that's it. We are going to have more championships though, of course, down the road. So it's okay. We can survive this. Get the cargo ship back home. So the only other thing that I need to do now in Crown Falls is finding me a location for a few more factories. I think all the way down here we have it. It's boosted as well, so we can use it. And it's also something that I don't need that much, right? So let's just have a look at that. We got the billiard table now as the pinnacle of this one. Can be improved by electricity, so we can produce 2 of that per minute if I want to. And as we know, for the billiards, we only have 1 right now, so we will already meet demands with just 1 factory. So let's go with 2 factories, and that will be the end of it, right? There will not be more than that, demand-wise. And then we got the typewriters, where we have a base consumption of also just 1 at the moment. So we can... Also, we produce 4 of that per minute. So this will, one of them will be totally fine for ages. And if I need more, then I still have a bit of more room up there that I can provide it with. Let's build this one. Let's have a warehouse close by, so they are being provided. And that's it. We have the steel, we have the brass. The lacquer is the only thing that's also missing. We are producing 30, right? But it can be improved by electricity, so we are producing 4, so exactly 1-to-1 ratio with the typewriters. Let's actually do this a bit different here, because I want to use my warehouse appropriately. Can we still have that, please? Please. Yes, we can have that wall over there as well. There is room. There is room for everything here. Build this one. So that rule persists. We have the warehouse. And with that, we have the space here for this one. For this bad boy. This one is now providing the lacquer. Boosted 1-to-1 ratio with the typewriters. That production is now fine. That's 4 typewriters per minute. And here we have now also up to 4 billiard tables per minute once the celluloid and the ethanol are coming in. This one is a new production. Electricity-wise goes all the way up there. Perfect. This will then be our our road to tier 5 engineers, investors, skyscrapers. And with tier 5, we finally also unlock then the monument for that. So as we can see, those 2 products are still missing. And they're coming in then ASAP. Let's go back to do Manolar. Because... no. Okay, we will not be able to reach the last tier thanks to the fans. It's fine though. Tier 4 is okay too. And then we just really wait for that copper, which probably will never arrive. There it is. It has reached the area. I don't believe that. Of course, it's too late. But we still provide now fans then to the artistas as well, which is the, I think, second highest product. Yep, the second highest product, the second most complicated product for the artistas, and that will boost them further. We have 11,000 right now. There's the achievement that we can get closer with the artista population here, with the fans then on top of that. Plus for the future World Championships, we do have it then ready. Yeah, let's also sort our trade routes there a bit. It's getting a bit nasty in here, right? So this one is a global one, so we should put it to global. Then this one here is the copper, that's also global. We have the cotton to Crown Falls, also to global. Then we got this one that is global. We got this one, Catasta Crown Falls is Trelawney only. Then we got the linen brass to Crown Falls, that is also global. Steel beams is actually Trelawney. This one is only Newald. This one is only Newald. Crown Falls to Orestes is Trelawney. And Caoutchouc, so home to Marischal, is Newald only. With that, we got it all sorted out again, because it's getting a bit... quite a few trade routes that we have now at this point. Finally, that was an odyssey. Let's unload the copper. And the red tide 2 is going to be now on this permanent trade route for the copper over here. Red tide, there it is. Let's have this one activated so it returns now immediately to Crown Falls. And here, yeah, well, finally, our cable factory gets the copper. With beautiful automated vehicles at this point, and it gets the copper over, produces the cable, which then gets in return now to the motor, which is the last good that's remaining here. And then the motor gets over here for the fans, and then the fans get to Manola. This is the cycle of life, or of our logistics, that is. I'm very happy that we were able to finish all of that at this very moment. Now, I'm still looking at my tract barns. They're used. Yep, perfect. They're being used, and we continue to produce high amounts of cotton, as this is the foundation for the whole production here. That is working out. Nothing else I need to do really, right? Oh, my oil refinery is destroyed. This is something we should take care of. And yeah, the only thing that's left now is enjoying the World Championship, which has now started. In all its glory, tier 4 actually we were able to achieve. We get 150 attractiveness for Manola there on top of that. The World Championship is now going to be held for 9 minutes, and then we can reap the rewards for this. So far so good. Stay tuned.